Is Coach Tanner is in?
It's his device is not connected properly, so it's not showing him.
Is it the audio?
So flip phones don't connect easily to audio?
Hear me?
Where's Christy when we need her, right? Miss Christy? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Yeah, there he is. Sorry, Coach. It's my fault. I take the blame. Actually, it's Coach Lake's fault.
Well, I can confirm that it is Coach Lake's fault. He told me that I was going to call in, so it's simple. Yeah. It's not the first time it's been his fault.
I keep a running, just open tab of it's Coach Lake's fault. That works well.
How you doing, Coach?
Just grinding away. How you guys doing?
Doing
just
good.
hanging out at the ballpark, eating hot dogs. What are you doing?
I'm sitting here in your seat.
That's
wow.
Right.
I know. When I sat in it today, I thought, well, I hope Coach Tanner doesn't walk in here before 2:00.
The armchair quarterback seat.
Is that you?
No.
No.
Oh goodness. No. Well, happy opening day, Coach, to you, and hopefully we, you went through this a lot. How special is it? We had a user that may not be as familiar with baseball ask earlier, what is it that makes opening day so special?
I don't know. It's hard to put your finger on it, but it's been a tradition in baseball. Whether you're going down to spring training for pitchers and catchers, or you're up in the college season. I was at softball last weekend for opening day, and it's just something about it. If you have an affinity for either one of those sports, especially baseball, it's hard to describe, but it's a special time. It's the beginning of the journey throughout the season.
Do you miss it? Do you miss being on the field on opening day?
I miss a lot of it for sure. I will tell you this. One of my biggest fears was when we opened Founders Park back in the day. It was Carolina Stadium and now Founders Park. We opened it up in 2009 against Duquesne. Had all the pomp and circumstance, beautiful stadium, packed place. And I had the fear that, we would not win our opening game in a brand new stadium. I'll never forget that. That was the ultimate fear of losing.
But you didn't let your team feel that, though, because y'all did win opening. Wasn't it like 10-0?
13-0 to be exact.
Yeah, exactly. So we were talking about Founders earlier. Coach Lake and I were talking about this earlier about how the visiting team enters in left field and all these things that are just unique to this program. Because BP, when you were the head coach here, BP was important. You wanted to see the ball leave the yard. Can you walk us through some of that? Like, what was your mentality when you were the baseball coach of what happened before the game impacting the actual game?
Well, I think from a batting practice standpoint, it was important that you execute. You get you get your butts down, you hit behind the runner a little bit, and practice a couple hit and runs. But you also want to buggy whip a little bit. You want to feel good about your swing and your bat speed and your ability to make a big play, get a big hit. And it didn't bother me any that the other team had to sit there and watch a team that could leave the yard with regularity. I think I got that from Coach Tolman, to be honest with you. But I think it's a good thing, but it's fun for the players as well.
So, Coach, today is going to be ultra extra special. Obviously, this guy here is going to be sitting in a pretty big chair over there right down the hallway, and you and Coach Richardson and Coach Raines and everybody really here will be here to honor Tommy Moody. And I know the last time we talked to you, that's what we were doing on this program. So what is as opening days approach, I know you've thought about this. What are you feeling today, knowing that when you walk in here for the first time, since 1999, 2000, Tommy Moody won't be in the ballpark when you get here?
It's not what we're accustomed to, and certainly that's been on my mind this week. That when you go to the ballpark, there's Tommy Moody, and whether you are opening day or in the middle of the season, there's always that bounce in his step and his enthusiasm for the game, and what he had to say about the players and the homework that he did, the data that he had. So I quite honestly, I admire Coach Lake for the broad shoulders that he has to sit in that chair. It's not going to be an easy task. I know he's not taking the mentality I'm going to replace Tommy Moody, because we can't. But we're certainly going to honor him today. And I know his daughters will be there. It's a celebration. We're going to miss him, but we want to celebrate the experience that he had and the impact that he had on our program. It's very special. We wish he was with us, but certainly he'll be watching over us.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this and what y'all all have planned. I'm with you. I think Coach Late's going to be tremendous. Really excited to listen. Do you are you going to be coaching him, giving him tips? Are you going to listen in, and if he makes a mistake, text him, or how's this going to work?
Well, I do, and where you're in the suite, if you go look on the wall, you can turn to the radio call. So I will have an opportunity to listen in, and if he does extremely well, I won't tell him. But if he makes a few mistakes, I will point that out to him and make sure he understands that. So you get better by correcting your mistakes.
That's right. You're still coaching today, aren't you? Right?
Absolutely.
Still coaching.
He's a rookie again. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, Stuart. Sorry.
No, Coach Tolman's already texted me several things today, so he's making sure I'm very well prepared, at least in his mind.
Well, I can assure you, I don't know exactly what he said, but I will summarize that. He might not have used these words, but he said, basically, don't mess it up.
Yeah, that's the short version.
And the clean version.
Yeah, and the clean version.
Coach, Mark Kingston is going into his 7th year. Certainly a fantastic season last year, especially all things considered. Do you get the sense, like some of us do, that this program has some momentum again right now? I mean, kind of look at the coaching staff, look at the players returning, the expectations, the excitement. From where you sit, does this season going into 2024 maybe have a little bit more anticipation than some years past recently?
I would agree with your assessment. I think the word is possibility, and the reason I use that word maybe a little bit conservatively is because of the conference that we play in. It's a beast. So you look at the national rankings, and you could end up in Omaha and be the 7th place team in the conference. So that's what you're dealing with. But with his lineup and a couple of preseason All-Americans and Messina and Petrie, and a pitching staff that has some experience, probably not a couple of high-round draft picks, but guys that have pitched, if they can elevate their game, and we're going to be in the mix. And this conference is about getting hot at the right time, avoiding injuries, and then trying to get in a position at the end of the year. Obviously, you want to host. The percentages are in your favor. So if you can host it at the end of the year, it increases your chances. We were as good as anybody last year, and we got hurt. We got it back together. We're a regional, but we had to go to Gainesville, which is not the easiest place to go through to get to Omaha. So I go back to, I think we're in a position in the program right now that the possibilities do exist for really good things to happen.
Yeah, it kind of feels like back when you were the head coach, like that mid-2000s, come into the year, top 25, got a bunch of big boppers. You got preseason All-Americans, even that team in the upstate. There's expectations up there. You've got a big matchup coming in 3 weeks. Everybody's already looking forward to that. It's got a little bit of that feel, and we'll see if they can get there. A couple quick little things here, Coach, and then we'll get you out of here. I know you got a busy day. You got to get down here with everything that's going on. First and foremost, I think, unless something's changed, I think right now, under your leadership, there's 10 teams ranked in the top 25. Is that correct here in the spring?
Well, if it's okay, I'm going to correct you. We have 11 out of our 13 teams that are in play right now. Our women's tennis team got ranked in the top 25 this week after we beat Clemson earlier in the week. So 11 of the 13, and I actually just had a meeting with one of our beach volleyball players, and they're not ranked right now. So I dropped that. I had to drop that to her, and she went. I didn't put it on her. I said, hey, remind your coach that we had a conversation and we're not in the top 25. But, it's a good place to be. We've got a lot of good teams right now, and that's kind of exciting. A lot of good things are happening, and you love the momentum because I do think it's infectious. You know, whatever Coach Staley's doing, and she had a hard-fought game last night that she got through, and looking for Coach Parrish to bounce back tomorrow on the great year that he's had. Baseball gets started. Softball dropped one yesterday, but they're 7-1, and they beat a ranked Utah team. So a lot of really good things going on. Men's tennis beat a number 1 earlier in the year, and Kaylin Anderson won her. She finished first in San Diego earlier in the week. So lots going on and a lot of positive things. And I believe one thing leads to another. So let's keep it going, and hopefully Coach Kingston has a big opening day.
Yeah, you got another one getting going today, and then you got another one coming home too. Sean Elliott now back with Carolina football. Obviously, you and Coach Elliott have known each other forever. That's got to be pretty exciting to have him back here.
Well, it is, and as I've gotten older, I tell too many stories and take too much time. But he was the interim coach. What was that, back in 2015?
Yeah.
And Charles Waddell and I were doing that search that was after a Monday night practice when Coach Spurrier decided to step aside after 6 games, and we met for about 6 hours with a couple of coaches, and then at midnight on that Monday we met with the team leadership, the older players on the team, and they said, even though he's our line coach, he's the guy that we need to take us the rest of the way, and that was Sean Elliott. So we're glad to have him back. You talk about a lot of juice, a lot of enthusiasm. He's going to make an impact for our program. So I commend Coach Beamer for making this happen. I know there have been some conversations, and we're glad to have him as part of our program again.
Well, we're glad to have you as the AD at South Carolina. Certainly look forward to seeing you at the ballpark in a little while. I know it's going to be a very emotional and special day for you and Coach Lake and Derek and everybody else that's going to be involved in this, honoring Tommy Moody here today in Carolina baseball. Can't thank you enough, man, for making time for us. That means a lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you. We're glad you're part of this day. And the most nervous person in the ballpark today will be
right here.
Right here. And I'm going to be taking notes. It's going to be fun.
I'll be expecting my critique at the end, and Coach Tolman has already found a way to listen. He claims he's in Florida with Tucker, so should be interesting.
Hey,
rest assured.
Hey, Coach, as soon as you hang up here, we're gonna skip our commercial break. We've got Will Crow up next. He's in Australia. This is our first Australian guest.
Wow, pretty neat.
I wonder if he'll be talking like an Australian or if he'll still have that Southern twang.
Yeah, by the way, have you got any news on Whit Merrifield in the last couple hours?
What are we missing?
Well, do your homework. I'm not giving it to you. I'm just trying to give you a tip. Do your homework. See what's going on.
All right, I'll do some digging here. Now you've got me going to work. Well, I'll do some digging.
Leave some food up there in the box because I missed lunch today.
Gotcha. We got Dee's wings up here and salsaritas. You can make whatever tacos you want. They're all still warm.
That'll work. All right.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Take care.